So undervalued is a term that I always struggle with. I prefer the term underappreciated because the value is what it is, right? If we're in an efficient market, which for the most part we are, I know there's nuances for sure, but if a card sells on the open market at auction for $1,000, it's hard to argue that on
Yep.
that day at that time, that's not what that card was worth. So I like the term underappreciated. We don't need to
For
get
sure.
into too specific
For
here,
sure.
but why do you think it is? Is it lack of marketing by the NHL? Is it because ESPN hasn't carried hockey for that often over the past 30, 40 years? Why do you think hockey? And listen, I'm flipping between basketball and hockey every night right now, and I'll just say it, like, hockey's way more exciting to watch. Basketball's
For
not all
sure.
that exciting. Like some parts of it very exciting, but for the most part, what these guys do on skates is way more impressive than what the guys do with the basketball. Again, I'm biased. I'm a Canadian. I'm a hockey fan. I'm
Yeah.
a basketball fan too, but those are my thoughts. Why do you think hockey is underappreciated?
My theory has always been, the league and the marketing people have not found a way to get across modern day hockey to the fans. For Canadians, we grew up with Hockey Night in Canada and things like that. It's more of a festival and family union thing. And for baseball, people have been marketing the statistics side of baseball for all these years. For basketball, it's all about the playoffs, the final quarter. But for hockey, I just haven't seen any marketing tools or strategies being used that kind of fits the modern day fans. For example, what I mentioned earlier with the Olympics, right? This is the best opportunities to showcase world class hockey players in the world. We just don't push for it.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right about that. I mean, when the Dream Team went and played in the Olympics, where was that? Was that in China?
Barcelona. It was
Barcelona,
Barcelona.
in Barcelona.
Yeah.
I mean, that changed the perception of basketball across the world, really, especially internationally. And they have not looked back. They've also had star power the whole way through. You
Yeah.
go Jordan, you go Kobe, you go LeBron, you go Steph Curry, you go Giannis. Like, there's been Luca now. Like, there's just star jaw. It's full of stars always, which definitely helps. In
Yeah.
hockey, you had Mario Lemieux come in '85. You had Eric Lindros in 1990. Then you had almost nobody until Sidney Crosby came along in '05,
I
and
mean,
then 10
even
more years for 10 more years for Connor McDavid.
yeah. I mean, now is the best opportunity with all these young players. Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, Cal McCarr, Nathan McKinnon. It's the best opportunities to promote the sports. I mean, Crosby would not be Crosby even if he won also 3 championships. He became Crosby because of the golden goal,
Yeah, that's his
right?
GOAT moment, as Carvin Chung likes to say. That's his GOAT moment. That Carvin
Exactly.
was at that game. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, for
So I
sure.
think that's the thing.
Well,
The
T Dot
promotion.
says, I think it's tied to national pastimes. I think for sure. But again, I'm trying to look more macro than just splitting
Yeah.
Canada for hockey and the US
Yeah.
for baseball, basketball, football. Vintage Card Collector says one reason basketball has less loyalty is there are more limited options for great vintage. That's a great point right there. I mean, yeah, what you had the 48 Bowmans, you had the 57 Tops, the 61 Fleers, and then not a lot of action until 1980 Tops again. I mean, there was stuff in between there with Kareem's rookie and Dr. J, but really, it wasn't until 86
Yeah.
Fleer came out.
There were some really rare oddball sets, or like the tops test sets that no one knows about, but so rare. It has some great players too. Um, yeah, I agree and disagree with that opinions a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fair. Speaking of
Yeah.
that Tops test set, I just saw today, I forget who's selling it, but there's a PSA, I think it's an 8, it might be a 6. Maybe it's a PSA 6 Wilt Chamberlain from the Tops
Yeah.
test set. And that's a
It's
very
rare.
high grade for that card.
It's so rare. Yeah. I
Very
tried.
high grade.
I tried to buy that set. I mean, like collecting cards by cards 20 years ago. Couldn't do it. You just can't find it.
No, you can't.
No.
What platform? Do you know what platform is selling the one I saw today? It's either PWCC or Golden. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I haven't checked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw it today, so that's a big card out there for sure. For sure. Couple more comments on this though. Let's see. Bob's Big Boy says hockey collectors follow the sport religiously, while many card flippers follow sports casually and just follow market trends religiously. Big difference. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense right there. What's up, baseball card curmudgeon? Good to see you. Bobby Burrell says the hobby in general, hard call. Vintage versus modern is a tough separator for number one hobby status. Vintage is baseball, modern is basketball, is my feeling. Yeah, that you're right, Bob. I mean, I agree with that. It is when you cut it, when you slice it that way, it is tougher to maybe hone in on. But with some more thought into it, I'm sure we could have a great discussion on that and further that.